Hi, everybody. I'm Lindsay from Spire Mortgage Group, and this is Dorothy from Great West Radon. How are you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Surviving, right?
That's right. That's all you
Yeah.
can do.
So I wanted to chat with you. Renee and I were talking about just talking to small businesses in Calgary and just kind of how you guys are changing how you're doing business, especially for you guys, because for your business, you have to go into people's homes.
That's right.
And because a lot of that doesn't want to happen right now, how are you guys managing to still move forward in your business to plan for the future? Because it has definitely changed for you guys. So that's one thing. But the first thing I want to hear about Radon, because as I mentioned before, I had never heard of it before. So I'm sure I'm not the only one. So can you enlighten us as to what Radon is?
Absolutely. So, radon gas is it comes from naturally occurring uranium deposits in the ground, and as uranium breaks down, it then releases this radon gas. So it's odorless, colorless, and tasteless. So the only way you know what radon levels are in your home is to test. And radon gas, when it accumulates to high levels within our homes over a long period of time of you living in your family home, it can it is linked to lung cancer diagnosis. So the higher the levels and the longer you're exposed to them, the higher your risk of lung cancer is. So it's something that Health Canada is now fully backing in terms of really supporting radon testing. There's initiative now that Health Canada is sending out millions of postcards to homeowners every year, just telling them what radon gas is and how important it is for every single homeowner to test their home.
So, oh, here comes my children. Sorry, everybody.
Working from home.
Yeah, the joys of working from home. All right. Hey, bud, can you pop out? I'm asking you to pop out, please. Thanks, dear. There's the little one. So this would be a case then for that lung cancer if it's like, because you hear, I've never smoked a cigarette in my entire life.
Right.
Would that be one of the reasons why?
Yeah, so radon is the #1 cause of lung cancer in non-smokers. And there's a lot of organizations that have a lot to do with lung cancer that talks about lung cancer having a lot of negative stigma around it because people automatically assume that if you have lung cancer that you've smoked in your life or you are a smoker or something along those lines. And what a lot of people don't know is that there are other causes now, and they've now attributed most of the non-smoker lung cancer cases to high radon levels in the home.
That's crazy. So are there different parts of, say, Alberta that are higher in radon gas or different parts of the city?
Yeah, so the most recent Evict Radon, so Evict Radon, I'll back up. Evict Radon is a research organization based out of the University of Calgary that they are the front runners of doing the studies on radon and its health effects. So Dr. Aaron Godarzi is the researcher who started it and who does all the published work about it. He's done TED Talks and everything about it. His work is great if you ever want to look it up. But their most recent study that they just published this past January, so a couple months ago here, a few months ago, it's April already,
Yeah.
they said that the Western Canadian prairie provinces are the second highest radon exposed population on the planet other than Poland. So Poland's #1, and then after that, it's us. We have, some of the most uranium deposits on the planet. So that's why we're at a way higher risk than any other place in the world almost.
Okay, so if that's the case then, so I mean, with you not being able to go into homes and stuff, how do people test for it? What does that look like?
So there's a variety of ways that you can test for radon, and testing doesn't necessarily mean we are coming into your home. So testing is something each homeowner can do on their own. We sell radon test kits and digital radon monitors on our website. They ship to your home within a couple of business days through Canada Post. So you do your regular quarantining in the garage when it arrives or whatever the case is. But so The number one most recommended method for testing is long-term test kits. They're just these little black pucks that sit in your home. They're a little passive device that just sits there in a breathing zone area. It'll give you a list of instructions on where to place your device properly. And it sits there for 90 days or more, up to 1 year. And then you ship it to the lab, and then you get an objective report telling you what your radon levels are within your home. So when some people learn about radon and they're like immediately like panic mode, I've got 2 teenagers living in my basement, I want to know now, you know. So if you're in that boat, there's digital monitors that you can buy. The cost is a lot more at $225 or so, depending on which model you choose. But those give you results within about 24 hours. And they can also build a short-term average. So they'll tell you the daily average, and then they'll also build that long-term average. So as long as you're measuring for 90 days, that would give you another long-term result that you could base a mitigation decision on. So those are great too, just for people who are panicked and they want to know now. And the biggest thing is just to make sure that you're testing for a long period of time, the 90 days.
So for sure, like if, say my house, I live in an older home. I didn't even think about putting my kids in the basement. So that's something to think about later on. But so we would get the kit, test it, and then, you know, mitigation. What does that look like? Is it super invasive or?
No, so I guess I should also mention what the thresholds for what your results are should be. So when you do your tests and you send it away, it comes back, your report will be giving you a number that's becquerels per cubic meter. So World Health Organization says there's significant evidence of DNA level damage at 100 becquerels or higher. What gets confused sometimes is the fact that Health Canada says the maximum allowable level is 200 becquerels per cubic meter. Okay. That's not to say that 200 is a safe level. That means that's the maximum you should let it get to before you act. Okay. So the researcher I interviewed, Dr. Aaron Goodarzi, it's on our YouTube channel. He mentions that if you have young kids, if you are a previous smoker or currently a smoker, if you're exposed to diesel fumes regularly, that kind of thing, you would be more susceptible at the 100 becquerel mark. So you should be mitigating at a lower threshold. And then again, it's at everybody's discretion in terms of what they what their health means to them. You know, some people grow their own sprouts and run a 10K every morning. Obviously, those people are going to be taking their health a lot more seriously than others.
Yeah. No, I'm like so interested in this. Like it's if I mean, I'm thinking like $225. Like you had mentioned before off air, it was $65 for the home testing kit. Like, yeah. And we're home right now, so it's easy to do. You don't have to come into my house, and then I can get it shipped away. Like, this is awesome.
So check it off the list, right? It's something that you can do while you're waiting for life to pick back up again. Especially like you said, we've had a few people that are like, all right, this has been on my to-do list for like a year and a half. I keep forgetting about it. I'm busy, this and that. I'm going to just do it now. And they'll order their kit.
Yeah. And one of the other things that you had talked about, you and I had talked about this, I think in January, is about landlords. So a lot of our clients are landlords as well, small business owners being landlords. Renee and I both are. So tell us how this might be coming down the pipe, that this might be mandatory that we get this testing done for all of our rental properties.
Yeah, so we've had a few property management firms approach us saying that they wanted to be proactive at having just returned from a conference or having people kind of in the higher up in terms of legislation. And they talked about the fact that Health Canada is so pushing that homeowners test their homes, that having property management firms that are responsible for hundreds of homes, having them test for all of the people within the home would be the safest thing for everyone. So especially making sure that when somebody's living in your home, especially for an extended period of time, you do all of these things to make sure that the homes are safe. You're doing furnace maintenance to make sure that, you know, there isn't any carbon monoxide issues. You're checking, you know, fire or smoke detectors, that kind of thing. So adding the radon testing on the list of maintenance items that need to happen for rental properties would be a great thing to do to make sure that that tenant is safe in your home when they're living there for an extended period of time.
And also probably liability, right? I mean, if it's something that you know.
We're living in an increasingly litigious society, you know, and if somebody ends up getting lung cancer after living in a house for 15 years, or they have young kids, or whatever the case may be, and then afterwards finds out that that house was, you know, astronomical radon levels, it's something that is, what would you pay to avoid that down the road, right?
Yeah. Yeah, small price now for peace of mind for, again, a big, especially for a big portfolio like some of your big property management companies. So crazy. So there's so many questions. Like I said, I am totally jacked about this, but if you are interested in learning more, you can go to greatwestradon.com and we'll put a little banner at the bottom for people that are watching. And then this will also be recorded and you can watch it again, and we'll make sure that we link to you, because this is valuable information that, again, I didn't even know about it. So the more that we can get it out there, the better, for sure. Now, here's some fun questions. Are you ready? Okay. What was the last app that you downloaded on your phone?
Oh, I don't know about that one. I feel like I'm probably a kid's game of some sort to just give me some peace for a few minutes.
You're a good mom. I don't give my phone away. Good job. Okay.
Phone for peace.
Yeah. What was the last local business that you ordered from?
We got takeout from Market. It was awesome. The food was so good, even for takeout. You know, sometimes like the quality drops off by the time it gets to you, but it was fantastic.
Yeah, they did awesome. Oh, not cooking?
I know. Oh, the second restaurants are open, I told my husband, I was like, we're not eating at home for like 8 weeks straight.
And we've talked about this before. You definitely don't you're not a big cooker.
I cook all the time. That's why I don't want to cook.
Yeah,
as I cook so much all the time, 24/7, and my kids are like, eat like teenagers. They're, you know, 6 and almost 4, and I feel like I'm making food for 4 adults all the time. So I'm all about avoiding cooking at home.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, what's your favorite COVID cocktail?
I've been into the Crantini. I don't know. I haven't drank them since I was, I don't know, 20. So it's coming back.
It's all coming back.
Quarantini.
There you go. That's a good one. The last person you Zoomed with?
Oh, I feel like it was, who was it? We did a co-live with Paul Dojcinovich and Sean Getty, a few realtors with their open houses. So
awesome. Cool. And then what do you miss the most about human contact pre-COVID?
Just seeing friends. I feel like, you know, even play dates with other moms and like getting to catch up with them. It's like group therapy. It feels like group therapy, getting to hang out with other parents that are running businesses and have kids and all that. It just feels like you're not so solo. So
yeah, I hear you. I hear you big. And so you've got the 2 kids at home. So how I met Dorothy was that our kids went to preschool together. And again, I didn't know anything about radon until I saw her husband's truck in the parking lot and was like, I need to know more about this. Tell me more. So
one thing because we talked about radon testing was the mitigation thing. Because I feel like when people find out that they have high levels, it's not a bad thing. It's not like a doom and gloom, my house is condemned type scenario. It is a really one-day quick fix. It's effective. It's forever, and your levels are, you know, at or below outdoor radon levels, depending on what they started with. So it's totally fixable. It's not a big deal, and we, as soon as we're able to kind of get back into homes and start doing mitigations again, we will be doing that. So
sweet. Yeah, I think I'm going to pick up order a kit. So Yes, definitely something to think about. So thank you so much, Dorothy, for coming on. Like I said, if people do have questions, please reach out to Dorothy. We did have her banner at the bottom there. And yeah, look forward to seeing more of you, because this is really important info.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're in education mode back here again. So just having this opportunity to talk to people and get the word out there is really appreciated.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks so much, Dorothy. We'll talk to you soon.